Wow, it's been a while. It's been a minute or so, I'd say. Got a little bit of CA glue on my fingers I gotta clean. I was gluing something and I got a little bit on my fingers. Here. It's been a minute since I've been live. Seems like they've been kind of not too terribly popular, so I've kind of stopped doing too many lives. Seems like a lot of work. It is a lot of work to go live, especially when you work for you work. Hey Lars, man, what's happening? Hey, good to see you. Camellia, hello. I'm trying to say hi to everybody as best I can today. I hope everybody's having a really wonderful, what day is it? Tuesday. It's Tuesday all day, right? Trying to clean my I'm cleaning my CA glue. I need to get this taken care of too. A hex key usually does a trick to knock some of the guck out of there. Yeah. Camellia, how's Ert doing? The Ert. Such a cool animal. I know. I did hear one of your new songs on, like so many people who want to get notifications from their friends. YouTube doesn't do that. It only does notifications for channels that are like ultra huge. Vice Grip Garage, or yeah, or Cletus McFarlane. You know. If you want to watch your friends' stuff, boy, you just gotta, you're not going to get a notification most of the time, at least in my experience. That's the way it's been. So, boy, if I don't see your comment on your stuff, it's not because I don't want to see it. It's simply because I've told YouTube to tell me when somebody's on and it doesn't do it. There we go. All right, nice and clean. Now, when CA glue discovers a way to put a lid or a spout on these things that the glue won't stick to, they will be rich. Right now, they sell these bottles and they get plugged up every time you use them. I'm not going to get started right away, you guys. I want to see if some more folks want to show up. This is a really special guitar that I have here at the shop. I'm not, I'll start by just saying I'm not completely done with it. I have a little bit more to do with it, but everything that I've done thus far, it's playable. I could send it home right now, and you know, all the stuff that I need to do on it still. In fact, while I'm sitting here, why don't I just grab the thing and I can kind of start doing a little bit of something that I need to do on the thing. Grab my file here. I need a special tool. I'm gonna grab the guitar. I know that my volume may not be real loud right now, and I'm fine with that because I've got the guitar plugged into my DAW, and it will definitely be loud enough for you all to hear. So what I'm doing right now is taking the edge off of this nut that I built for this thing. Yeah, I'll show you the nut that was on it here briefly in a moment. But I'm rounding off these corners to make them nice and comfortable for the guy that owns this guitar. And I want to say a huge thank you to the owner of this instrument for trusting me with it, number one. He was referred to me by another client, and I am grateful. Word of mouth is the best advertising money can't buy. All right. So I'm rounding off these edges on the nut. Make sure that they're nice and comfortable when he plays it. This is handmade, so I'm not looking for perfection on this. I kind of like to leave them a little bit rough looking, ultimately. So now I'm just about done. This side needs a little bit more work. Again, I appreciate everybody that's here today, and we'll get started talking about this instrument in just a moment. Now, this file has rounded off edges on the sides. This is a fret file for rounding off fret edges and creating a rounded off end on the frets. It works great for nuts too. Boy, that feels so much better already. All right. So, as the title of this, I want to thank everybody for joining me today. I appreciate everybody tuning in. It's a pretty cool moment for me because I get to play this beautiful guitar, and I've gotten to work on it for a client. And what a beautiful instrument this is. I want to make sure the whole thing's visible. I haven't played guitar all today. I need to warm up. So, not many guitar players will ever be able to say that they've played one of these, at least not the young ones. And a guitar built in 1959 is something that most guitarists have either never seen or won't see outside of being in a glass case. The guy that owns this guitar inherited it from his dad. And he's the second owner. The gentleman who bought this guitar, brand spanking new in 1959 in a store in Southern California, is what my knowledge is. So that's about as much history. Well, he bought the guitar. He enjoyed playing jazz, so he played a lot of jazz on this thing. The finish is obviously original, and I believe the electronics were put in after the fact. I haven't found a photograph of one of these with actual electronics like this. This is definitely, I'm almost certain this has been put on after the guitar was built, and or whoever put this on the guitar drilled the initial hole in the pickguard, unfortunately in the wrong place. As you can see right here, there's an extra hole in the pickguard. There's an extra 2 holes. So I'm not sure what was going on with this thing when they put the pickup in it. I don't believe it's original. There are extra holes up here where a different pickup was on the guitar, and it's been removed. I'll show you those. You can see them right there. You can see that extra hole that's next to this one. And they did use flathead screws, so this was probably put on a long time ago when that was kind of the thing to do. Today they would use Phillips head screws. So a few things about this guitar that are pretty cool. Let's see, the machine heads have been swapped out for Grovers. I do not like these style of machine heads simply because the string winders don't fit over these, so they slip off. Again, a 59 Gibson L5 that is pretty beautiful instrument. Now, when I got this thing, I don't have any photographs that I can share with you right now on the stream. I actually probably could, but it's going to take me a little bit of work. I wasn't really set up to do that. I have polished this guitar, and I'll kind of tilt it in the light, and I'm kind of looking at the stream. You can see how much of a shimmer this thing has now. The top, the sides. We'll talk about the repairs that I've done on this thing, which you just likely saw. You know, so I have polished this thing. This thing was very, very dull when it came in from being played in probably smoky bars and smoky houses for most of its life. As you all might recall, you could smoke in bars back in the 50s and 60s and 70s and 80s and even some of the 90s. Now, one thing about this guitar that makes the playability of it, especially for me, a little bit odd. I want to show this to you. I'm gonna have the guitar upside down because you won't be able to see it otherwise. But if you look across the strings, you'll notice that the pick guard sticks up above the strings. Let's see, right there. You can probably see it. I'm looking at the video, yeah. So you can kind of see how that pick guard sticks up above the strings right there. So what happens is when I'm playing this thing, my pick is running into the pick guard. So it kind of deflects my pick in an odd way, whereas like on a Les Paul or a Strat or something like that, you wouldn't have this sticking up. So it's kind of a, I don't know, something that a little, I don't know, just not really right. Now acoustically, what you're hearing it through is this cheap mic on this cheap camera, right? But it has a really beautiful acoustic voice. I wish you all could be here to hear this thing right now, because it's probably not what you're hearing on YouTube. Right? So the repair work that it came in for initially was just the owner had noticed that it had sat in a case for a long time, and it did incur some damage either from shrinkage or maybe the thing took a hit. I couldn't tell you. I don't know how these two things, major repairs, happen. But this crack in the top shoulder here, this was separated about 1/8 of an inch, and I've glued that and then covered the repair. I used CA glue on the outer edge of this and then flattened it off, wet sanded it, and you cannot feel anything was done there. So this, in my humble opinion, on this guitar is about as good a repair as you can do. He didn't want me to take the time to do all the finish repair work on that. As you can imagine, trying to match this color, such would have been a great, huge job. However, that can be done in the future. Right now, and to do it in the future would have been just scraping it a little bit and getting some color and stain into this wood. So we may decide to do that at some point to try and make this thing virtually disappear. So that was glued together, clamped, and a cleat put on the inside of this so that it won't happen again. Fingers crossed. Now, on the back of this instrument, which you can't even see that I did this, but right here, there was a separation. The binding right here had separated, and I'm not sure if it's due to shrinkage or, you know, the back of the wood. This is solid maple, solid maple back and sides on this thing. That's no joke. And so it was separated from about right here, clear over to about right here, and there was about a 1/4 inch gap between the binding and the back, so it had all come out like this. I'm being extreme, so I had to push that back in and get it to match up and down and pushing it in. And I had some photographs on my other social media outlet that shows my repair work on that while I was gluing it. So that is the story of this repair also. Now, The fingerboard, I believe, has been replaced on this instrument at some point during its life. I don't know when or who did it, because of the binding. The color of the binding is not period correct, meaning it would look like this if it had been done the day the guitar was made. Also, the fingerboard is very, very thin, so it's a different thickness than what would typically be on a Gibson Les Paul from this era. So the binding and the thickness of the neck, also the radius of the neck, it's 7.5 inches, meaning there's a 7.5 inch circle if you put it over this neck. So that is, to my knowledge, I don't know if Gibson ever did that, because that was a Fender thing, and God forbid they do the same thing, right? So I believe that the neck was replaced. Also, there's some cracking. As you'll notice in some of these fret markers, you can see there's a crack right there. This one here has a little spot. I'll get these up. You can see this little space right here and the cracking in this one, and then also in this one. And so I believe, and they're block inlays, so I believe that the blocks were pulled out of the original fingerboard. I don't know if the guy wore it out, because look at the back of the neck. He wore the finish clean off of this thing, right? So that much playing time, I'm guessing old man fingernail disease, such and such, probably dug out this fingerboard down to nothing. Again, remember, this was built in 1959. The guy bought it brand new and played it. So this thing has had thousands and thousands of hours on it. And I would guess in its life probably 10 to 12,000 hours, maybe more. And keep in mind that 8,000 hours is 4 years of work, working 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. That's only 8,000 hours. This thing was built in 1959. So if you do the math, this thing's probably been played more, at least 10 to 12,000 hours, maybe more. Now, let's see, other detail here. This is the nut that was on the instrument when I got it, okay? And the string spacing on this nut is so minute. So part of the reason the string spacing is very, very close together, uncomfortably close. Now the thing did have strings on it when it came in. They were flat wound strings. I've put a set of 10 gauge Ernie Ball slinkies, regular slinkies, on this guitar. I have also built a new nut for this and increased the string spacing ever so slightly. Now, one thing you'll notice in the shape of this is how the back edge of this is kind of fanned out a little bit. And the reason for that is, if I hold this one up on there, you can see that it's just straight, like in line with the neck. So if you drew a line down this this binding, it would run into the headstock where it curves out. And what happened was there was wood exposed underneath this little edge right here and underneath this edge right here. To me, that looked terrible. So basically, they cut the nut off straight on both sides and left the fans off of it, thus exposing some of the neck wood. And I just thought that looked cheesy, and it's something, if you look at a Martin commonly, or even a Gibson that has that flared out where the headstock starts to take shape, the nut is cut to fit that and cover that wood right there. So I did that with this guitar to make it look so you don't see that wood, and it's absolutely fits perfectly. It's a perfect fit, both side to side and front to back. Also, this neck has definitely had a headstock repair. You'll notice the black paint here on the fingerboard, or on the back of the neck, sorry, not the fingerboard. And there's a little remnant of a crack you can see right in here, where the paint, it's like whoever sanded this down didn't get it absolutely perfect. God forbid. And also, the truss rod cavity being painted black. And if you can see right here, right under my finger, there's a lump. Let's see, right here there's a bit of a lump in the headstock, and so that tells me that this thing was broken. Also, there's appears to be a glue joint in there, but they did a really good job of repairing that and getting all the glue out of there, so nobody knows it happened, as best they could. After saying all that, and I spent literally two full days cleaning this guitar. 2 full days of me here at work. I've come in early, left late, cleaning this guitar. So I have a lot of time into making it look like this and back to its original luster as best I can. Right here, there's a bit of a rough spot in the finish, and I believe it's from his arm resting on here, and this finish will sometimes cloud a little bit, and I think that's due to that. It's right in here, and then there's another spot in here where it's kind of cloudy. You may not be able to see that in the video, I'm not sure. So obviously it has electronics in it, so let's hear that. Such, roughhousing it a little bit, so let's check the tuning. Give me a second here. Oh, that's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Let's check this. I have the tuner on mute. Yeah, it's a little bit out of tune. I just put strings on it for the first time today. So you're pretty much getting to see me play this thing and hear it for the first time in a lot of years. I don't know when the last time this guitar was actually played. I don't know when the gentleman that owned this guitar left our world. Playing through a Princeton Reverb amp sim by it's by Morgan, and it's NeuralDSP's Morgan amp suite. Sounds fantastic. So we're going to take some of what good old Les Paul's beautiful historical inventions are, and we're going to use a loop pedal. yelling at me, as you all know he loves to do. And so I made him play the thing, and it's got a 7.25 inch radius neck, and he just fell in love with this thing. Said it felt a lot like his 52 Tele that he plays at gigs. So a real amazing guitar player. He loved this guitar. He didn't play it plugged in, he just played it acoustically. So you know, letting other people play it. I've let Al McLeod play it. He's doing lessons here in the back room here shortly, and he seemed to enjoy it too. But that was really before it's been all done today. I've done the intonation setup on it. You'll notice that the saddle is a bit tweaked a little bit. That's what it takes to make sure that the intonation. So it's very well in tune. Hear that? Have a little bit of delay and reverb on this, of course, and I think, I don't know if I said anything about this today, but also I had to change the spacing of the strings here at the saddle. This part is the saddle, this part is the bridge. There are basically two pieces in here, and the string spacing wasn't correct. It was too close together, and the strings went basically straight down the fingerboard with this tiny little nut. So I've widened the width of the string spacing, and it's a minute amount, but it's enough that it makes the guitar feel a whole lot better to play. This is the original saddle and bridge on this guitar, and it's rare that you see this. Also, the original sticker is in the guitar. It's made in Kalamazoo. The serial number is 988 98856. So definitely a 1959 Gibson guitar made in Kalamazoo. So I just thought I'd share this with you all. It was kind of a neat thing. One thing kind of that's bugging me a little bit is that this pickup is kind of tilting on this mount that it has. So and it wouldn't take much for that pickup to get up and hit that. Right, so I have to let the owner know to be careful about that. I guess outside of that, that's all there is to it. Beautiful guitar. So I hope you all enjoyed this little short, brief broadcast. And my boss is here. He's getting ready to yell at me, I can tell.
Oh, yeah. No, I was going to say, Joey got out of school a little early today. If there's anything you want him to do.
All right.
Yeah, I'll have him.
Okay.
Or, no, I won't.
Sounds good.
Okay.
All right. Hey, thanks for tuning in, y'all. Let's see. Oh, whoa, that was weird. I cannot stand this OBS and the way it works. But let's see. I want to go here, and we're going to end this stream. Thanks for being here today, you guys. Peace. All right.